They don't know.
Here it goes.
Hello, Eagle Eye Broadcasting.
Oh.
I'm Tucker Cud, and my speech is about cuddles, but I'm gonna go like fifth in line, and I'm gonna check if this thing's on. Oh, it is on.
Hey Tucker, grab this side of the table.
Enjoy, guys. Ooh, look at this. This is like proof that speech kids have muscles.
This shit's heavy as fuck on this side.
Bro. Live. Make sure to put in the comments if you're watching what you think of this outfit. I think it's pretty tough.
Do you think this is enough?
Oh, they have a donation thing on. Nobody's watching, but.
Do you think this is enough people? Enough space?
Yeah. I wish we
Can
could
I
do
lunge
this back
here?
more, but I think. Oh wait, no, we can do this back more.
Oh yeah, no, these can go back. There you go, now I can actually really lunge for my saxophone.
I feel like that's good.
If you want to set up your stuff like over there, Tucker.
Tuck?
Yeah, that's your new nickname. Do you not know?
Tuck.
No.
Do you not like it?
It didn't catch on the last time that it was.
Do you not like it? If you don't like it, I can change it.
No, it's fine.
I can change it.
You know,
Hey,
you're
guys.
the only person I've ever let say that to me.
Thank you.
Every other person that's
Thank
ever
you.
told me Tuck, I've told them to shut up. Or
Thank
that's the
you.
same.
Thank you. That makes me feel really special. Also, will you guys like be really engaging and more persuasive?
What do you mean by
Please.
engage?
Okay, yeah. I got you.
Define
I'll make sure I'm
engagement.
actually listening.
Yeah, thank you. If you do that, I'll be happy.
Okay. Hey, Alex, you should bring my boards over here, man.
I got you.
Oh, man.
So they're also gonna, while they're in here, they're also gonna learn how to score for bowling. If they did not know.
Dude, that bowling unit was so fire. What was your PR in bowling?
My
I
PR?
hated bowling, so like
Uh,
probably
My PR there was 180.
I guttered
What?
every single ball.
Dang, you're good.
Mine was like 153 last year. And I was 4 points off of beating the record in my grade. And the only person that had to jump on me was TJ Baker.
By how much?
4 points.
Dang.
I hated bowling so much. Like I think I guttered every single one that I had at my first.
Do the. Not that one, but alright. Let him pick.
I give up. This,
What was that? I heard that before. What was that?
Carol with the bells. Oh, this picture's great.
Reaching for the unreachable. The
Reaching the unreachables.
unreachable. There's no S.
But it's. You get. Stop.
It's okay, Tyler.
I'm gonna let you call me that. You know, I'm gonna let you go.
Hey, what happened right there?
What?
That's it.
Oh, shoot.
I don't know. Stop.
I was gonna say you should pick.
Hi, Emily. Hi, Carly.
I
I'm
forgot
about
to
to do Emily, my bad.
I don't want to.
It's just say it.
You do.
Thank you.
Let's get a little bit. No.
It's not.
Yeah.
But you should change it. Do it.
I believe you're in here.
Just tell Nicole she will gladly bring it for you. Nikki.
Call my mom by
What do
You got it. Run.
Shoes on first.
No, you got it.
No,
These are Hulk socks, and I don't want them.
tell her.
I forgot to ask my parents to grab it when I asked them to grab the rest of the stuff for me.
How long did it take you to make your headphones?
Hey, so Suhani, this is up
Are
to
you gonna laugh at me if it was a like long time?
Okay, I'm gonna ask you because you're also a senior.
Okay.
Should we describe what our events are.
Cutting out, honestly,
Usually we do.
making like
Okay, so we
pictures
are.
and stuff and like cutting out the
Usually
card
people
took
like a
no
little
time.
rundown
The
of what
letters
each event is.
took so much time.
We're gonna explain our events.
Are we?
Got it? Got it.
Well, normally that's what we
We
do.
did that
Dude,
last
I
time.
hope they're watching.
Well, Vandy said it's up to the room, so.
I was gonna introduce our room. Everybody-
Yes, there's 2 people watching. What's up,
Right
guys?
now?
Rate the fit if you can find that comment button.
Why don't you do extemp? I can give you one of my extemp speeches. Do you wanna do it?
Me?
Here you go. I have 4 of them. Choose one.
Monty.
I'm gonna
Who's
go
watching?
Money, choose
get
one.
my computer.
Pick
Hey,
a
Alex,
card.
do you wanna come let me in through Vandy's door? 'Cause
I got you.
don't have my-
Pick a card. You want a card?
I'm good, thanks, bro.
Okay. Here's your bubbler, by the way. Tucker, where are you gonna sit?
Whatever spots are open, when I come back.
Okay.
I'll let you come in.
Yeah, I'm gonna reserve up here in the corner. Actually,
Make
up
sure
here.
you guys watch me,
I'm gonna be right in the middle, so I can.
but
Who's watching? Do you know who's
you'll
watching?
love it and you'll feel so uncomfortable through the screen.
Hey, I'm gonna sit right here because I want to take pictures of people.
Oh, I wanted to see if it would tell us who's watching, but I also don't want to.
Who are you?
Hey, that's my phone.
No, I wanted to see your phone. Yes.
Oh, that's for all nine.
No, nobody has. I'm actually kind of mad. Somebody just called me though.
Are there still viewers?
Somebody just called me. Yeah, there's one viewer. I think they're just.
Comment on Tucker's outfit.
Yes, please comment on my outfit. I think it looks really good. My mom actually picked it out for me. I'm not even kidding, she did.
If you don't comment on Tucker's outfit, then you're insulting his mom.
You are. I wonder how the sound quality is gonna be on there. Hopefully half decent.
It might just be like a school computer and nobody's actually watching.
I don't know. Hey, you know if Emily's doing her entertainment tonight?
I think she is. I'm not sure though.
Disappointed child, like Harley Seeger.
I'm really glad that I got moved to the same room as you because Oliver and like his family are coming to watch. And
Oh.
they really wanted to see yours, especially
Really?
Oliver. Yeah.
That's
he's
awesome.
like, is there a time? Because I want to see Tucker's.
I want to see Oliver.
I was like, you guys need to see Tucker's. I was like, Oliver, you should sit in the front row. And he's like, ah. And
Yeah.
I was like, no, Theo, you should sit in the
Yes.
front row.
Yes, if you can get Theo to sit in the front row,
I told him,
best performance ever.
I was talking to Emily before this, and I'm like, you guys should sit in the front row. I'm like, and then Emily's like, ooh, I don't know, maybe Theo should. I'm like, yes, Theo, you need to sit in the front row.
You need to. The rest of you guys are optional.
Yes, like sit wherever, but Theo, sit in the front row.
Yes, man. Watch this. Watch this.
Is that piano like not out of tune?
I don't know how to play the piano. I low-key wish I would have learned because, like, look at these. These are piano fingers. Man. I'm telling you.
My dad really wanted me to learn, but couldn't find anybody to teach me.
Yeah. It's fair. Dude, Mason's been getting medals since freaking first grade.
Those are all of his junior high ones.
Dude, this is low-key a sick medal.
Some of them are pretty cool.
My dad is terrified somebody's gonna steal them.
No, I don't think anybody's gonna steal
Yeah, I was
somebody
like,
else's
nobody
medal.
wants his junior high medals, I promise.
No disrespect to Mason, but I don't think people are that interested in medals.
Yeah. And like they're not actually made out of like gold and silver, so
I
They're
changed
not,
my
like,
therapy
valuable.
chair ending.
where is my
Have you seen my conclusion?
not your new one.
Okay, good. I think you'll like it.
I think mine, maybe it's still on my board.
I
Hopefully
low-key don't enjoy giving like the funny part of my speech anymore. I like giving the serious part of it. Oh. You should head to the library soon.
I need to set these up. Hey Tucker,
What?
can you like do me a favor? If I unlock my computer and pull up my persuasive, can you print it out for me?
I guess.
Thank you.
Do you not have it memorized?
No, I don't. I didn't care about it enough, so.
That's funny.
And I left my book at home, and I just realized I left my book at home, so.
I don't like that, like, some of the medals from speech meets, they're like, they have the sticker on it instead of the engraving.
Yeah,
I don't like that. I feel like that looks really tacky and goofy. You know, I haven't checked the chat, maybe they'll. What if we're just talking to no one? That'd be wild.
we are. Here, I printed out, can you get it for me, please?
Yeah.
I so appreciate you, Tucker. Good.
Miss Morrow might be the only person watching.
Well, if she's watching, she should be rating the fit.
Yeah, she should be rating the fit.
Awesome, it still is on my board. Tell baby I'll be a second, I'm almost done.
What did you say?
I said tell baby I'll be a second, I'm almost done.
Okay, I'm gonna take my bubble.
Thank you, you're a G fucker.
Oh, believe me. I know.
Oh, I guess I'm going right here.
Do not like just walk out.
Literally, these guys need to stop telling me these things. They're telling me everything I have
Maybe
to
you
do.
can just shut your mouth. Hi, Board voice.
How's it going?
Great.
You make sure you get that front seat,
Oh, this is actually great.
I'm genuinely curious.
Oh.
I didn't.
Well, you're gonna be persuaded.
Please don't wink at me.
You know, no, Tucker is not why.
Dude,
I went for Tucker.
Don't be freaky until after the speech, because I cannot take you seriously if I'm looking at you and you're being freaky.
I'll try my best. Suhani, though. Is that good?
Theo!
What?
Theo's good audience.
I'm recording audio.
Your phone on silent? Yes.
I don't
There's a whole bunch of
know.
people. So obvious.
Okay, cool. I guess mom doesn't want to.
Oh. So she, just say you hate. Just say you hate. Red.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's the best thing. Sit down. It's not till like. Okay. I can definitely make this. What?
Because I said.
No, I'm sitting up there. I'm gonna take pictures of Sumani. You're great. Great, great. Grand.
Oh boy.
So, Alex is also here. And
Hello, so I'm Suhani. I'm a senior this year. I do persuasive and extemp. Today I'm not doing extemp because it just didn't work out. So extemp, I'll explain what extemp is. So extemp, I go to the meet and I get 1 hour to write a speech about any topic that I draw. And then I present it to a judge, and it has to be like 7 minutes. So that's extemp. That's one of my events. My other event this year that I picked up is persuasive. So this year my persuasive is about felon disenfranchisement. And yeah, so I'm just gonna start. But I've done it for my go away.
I said, make sure you shut off your phones or else they'll be really sad if you start hearing Suhani's speech.
The right to vote is the cornerstone of our democracy. It is how we, the people, participate in forming our more perfect union. This quote by Barack Obama encompasses our democracy's principles, but we fail to recognize that a large portion of our population does not retain this right. A 2024 Nebraska Supreme Court case, Spung v. Evnen, highlighted the disparity of voting rights for Nebraska felons. The Nebraska Secretary of State, Robert Evnen, violated the 2024 legislation passed granting Nebraska felons the right to vote after the completion of their sentence. He refused to distribute voter registration forms to those individuals who had completed their sentence. He would restrict them for 2 years before granting them the right to vote. The largest disenfranchised population here in the United States is felons. No American citizen should be denied their right to vote for any period of time due to a criminal status. To support that claim, we will first gain an understanding of felon disenfranchisement and what that looks like here in the United States. Then Then we will dive deeper and explore where the unconstitutional act of disenfranchisement is rooted. And finally, we will envision how the restoration of voting rights impacts recidivism rates. Voting is a human right, not a privilege. First, let's gain an understanding of felon disenfranchisement and what that looks like here in the United States. The Cambridge Dictionary defines disenfranchisement as the act of taking away the right to vote from a person or a group. The Brennan Center for Justice article published in May 2025 states, millions of Americans are excluded from our democratic process due to disenfranchisement laws, which vary widely amongst the states. Here in our state, Nebraska, voting rights are restored upon the completion of a sentence, including probation, prison, and parole. There is one state, Virginia, where there is permanent disenfranchisement for all convicted individuals. Virginia's constitution permanently bars its citizens from casting a ballot due to felony convictions. These felonies could have taken place at any time in the citizen's life and can lead to a lifetime without a voice. For example, according to an article by 2025 Miami Herald, Angel Sanchez was sucked into a life of crime through gang initiation at the age of 16 and was denied the right to vote. He later went on to become a Yale-educated licensed attorney and an advocate for felon rights. However, Mr. Sanchez hasn't had the right to vote in over 30 years. A 2023 study published by the American Civil Liberties explains that across the nation, straits are preventing 6.1 million Americans, like Mr. Sanchez, from casting a ballot, and 4.7 million of those reside in communities with us. They're working, paying taxes, raising families, and contributing to a better society, all while having their rights stripped away. Next, let's dive deeper and gain an understanding of where the unconstitutional act of disenfranchisement is rooted. The United States is one of the few countries amongst the modern democracies to strip away the right to vote from millions of citizens. The origins of this date back to the end of Civil War. As per Mallory Fernandez's article from the American Bar Association, convicted individuals would lose their right to vote or hold a public office, a concept known as civil death. These laws expanded tremendously during the Reconstruction era when Southern states deliberately weaponized them in response to the abolishment of slavery. They were used to target Black communities and revoke their power to vote. They were used as a tool to preserve white political dominance. Although the U.S. Constitution allows voting right limitations, it neither defines or approves voting exclusion. The 14th Amendment, which grants citizenship to all, and the 15th Amendment, which prohibits the federal and the state government from denying the right to vote based on race or color, were designed to expand social and civil rights and eliminate discriminatory barriers to voting. A case currently under the review of Supreme Court, O'Bannon v. King, argues that Virginia's Constitution violates the Readmission Act of 1870, which is part of the 15th Amendment. As a result, many Virginians are unlawfully disenfranchised. According to the Legal Defense and Education Fund's article, Camba Smith was In the summer of 2021, Derek Hill from the Ballard Brief published an article that illustrates 1 in 25 African American is disenfranchised, a rate 3 times higher than someone who is not African American. We say we live in a democracy where every voice is heard, yet we continue to tax, govern, and control people without giving them any power. Finally, let's envision how the restoration of voting rights impacts recidivism rates. The National Institute of Justice defines recidivism as the act of relapsing into criminal behavior which can lead to rearrest or reincarceration after release. A 2025 Virginia Commonwealth University states, allowing individuals to vote has shown to reduce recidivism rates compared to states that restrict the right to vote. The Sentencing Project's article from May 2023 discusses how people regain gaining voting rights can improve public safety. The re-entry process into society after incarceration improves because individuals get the sense that they're playing a role in the society and that their voice matters. As per a study conducted by the University of Albany, people who had their right to vote restored after incarceration were found to have a lower likelihood of rearrest compared to those individuals in states that continue to restrict the right to vote. The Brennan Center for Justice article found that 60% of felons who had their right to vote restored felt more connected to their community. While correlation might not be causation, we have seen patterns between restoration of voting rights and lower recidivism rates. A Trinity College article published in May 2022 highlighted countries like Germany, Norway, and Finland, and how they encourage civic engagement through activities such as voting. This pattern can also be seen in states like California, Minnesota, and Washington. The State Council for Government's Justice Center indicated that there was a 20% drop in Washington's recidivism rate, where voting rights are automatically restored to felons. Minnesota saw a 27% decrease, and California saw a 69% decrease. Those with felony convictions should be held accountable for their actions by serving their sentence, but after the completion, the main goal should be to reintegrate them into society as functioning members. A powerful way to accomplish this is to restore their right to vote. Those with felony convictions are still an important part of our democracy, and their voices deserve to be heard. To understand the complex issue of voter disenfranchisement and why it is a practice that must be left in the past, we first gain an understanding of felon disenfranchisement and what that looks like here in the United States. Then we dove deeper and explored where the unconstitutional act of disenfranchisement is rooted. And finally, we envisioned how the restoration of voting rights impacts recidivism rates. As Hillary Clinton once said, voting is how we keep a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Next, we have Alex Nelson with his poetry.
So I do poetry. Unlike Suhani, I have to have this book with me or you will get disqualified. So yeah. Hey Dad, I recall all the fun over the years. It made me so mad to know that I couldn't stop you from leaving. Now, my whole family is grieving. But no one is as hurt as I am.
From my roof, I can see the East River. It looks blackened with oil, but it's only the light. Even now, my father is asleep somewhere. If I follow the river north, I could still reach him.
When I came home, he was gone. My mother was in the bathroom crying, and my sister was in her room, restless, but asleep. The sun was shining in the bay window. The grass had not been cut. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, 17.6 million children in this country live without a biological, step, or adoptive father in a home. A father's presence is so essential to a child's life and how they grow up and develop as a kid. Me not having a father figure for most of my life has made me more into a mama's boy when I wanted to be with my dad. But now I find forgiveness. So, through the poems, Father Outside by Nick Flynn, My Father's Leaving by Eric Strandoff, and Hey Dad, Please Come Back by Jesse Ryan D. Bonaparte, The Empty Chair at the Table, a poetry program. Hey Dad, there's a couple of things I think you've missed. So let's write them down and make a little list. Here's a couple of things I want you to remember. Sometimes you seem to forget. There's not only one. There's also a couple of things I need to fix. It's night and the snow and starlings fill the trees above us. So many it seems the leaves sing. I can't see them. To the rise together has some hidden signal told the shape of a tree if we're scattered. I sat at my desk. I wrote him a note. When my mother saw his name on the sheet of paper, she asked me to leave the house. When she spoke, her voice was like a whisper. Her hand, a weight on my arm, I could not feel. Hey Dad, no matter how much you bug me, just know I enjoy your company. Laughing when you make fun of me, so you won't get mad at me, so we can hop in the truck and go four-wheeling. Hey Dad, remind me to give you a hug goodnight. I never want to feel like I'm leaving you out dry. Don't be afraid to grab my hand, just because it doesn't feel right. I never want to regret not doing it later in life. I'll bend each finger back until the bottle falls and the bone snaps. Save him by destroying his hands. With the thought of the river will rise, and he'll be forced to a higher ground. No one will have to tell him. From my roof, I can see the East River. It looks blackened with oil, but it's only the light. Even now, my father is asleep somewhere. If I follow the river north, I can still reach him. In the evening though, I opened the door. I saw thousands of houses just like ours. I thought I was the only one who was leaving. But in the back, I hear my mother asking me to stay. A black river flows down the center of each page. On either side, the banks are wrapped in snow. My father's ink is fading. Tiny blossoms in a bottle wrapped in a paper bag. Only this time, I'll know what to say. But I was 13, wishing I were a man, and I listened to no one. No words from a woman I loved were strong enough to make me stop. Hey, Dad. Ford looked up at me as he pulled away, and he said on the verge of tears, Jesse, I don't want that to go to work today. And in the back of my mind, I recall all the fun over the years. It made me so mad to know that I couldn't stop you from leaving. Now, my whole family is grieving. But no one is as hurt as I am. I'll wait for his breath to lift his blanket so I know he's alive, letting his story settle to the shape of his city. 3 girls at a park began to sing something holy, a song, but as her prayer books came unglued, his scatters. Hey, Dad, please don't let me go. I want these years to last. I wish I could just let you know how much I appreciate your company. Hey, Dad, I'm not going to tell you to walk a little slower. I'll just catch up. I'm not telling you you're leading my life. I'm just going to tell you to show you your love. Hey, Dad, I didn't want you to see the tears in my eyes when I was standing there waving goodbye. I didn't want you to get on that plane. I didn't want you to take that flight. When I came back, he was gone. My mother was in the bathroom crying, and my sister was in her room, restless, but asleep. The sun was shining in the bay window. The grass had not been cut. No one mentioned the other woman. Nights he has spent at that stranger's house. Hey, Dad, I can't write anymore. The tears are falling, and the ink is fading. I haven't been myself lately. I just couldn't hold it back. I want to believe that if I get the story right, we'll rise newly formed as he sleeps, has said the church halogen. Hey, Dad, please come back. Hey, Dad, friend, brother, Dad, please come back. Love always, your son.
Now we have Carly Seeger with her person.
Extra credit? Did you get a paper? Yeah. Oh, put it on my desk here. No, Logan's like telling jokes.
Usually said like Samani, but I'm not on Samani's level, so I'm not memorized. I'm super not on Samani's level, because I left my book at home. So we have this. You're standing on the gym floor during awards at a speech. You stayed up late the previous night and every other night this week, meticulously going over every detail to make sure you're ready for Saturday. You wrote until your brain couldn't think anymore, cut until your fingers cramped, and practiced until your throat was dry and sore. Now you're standing in front of everyone, hoping that every piece of you that you put into the speech was worth it. Only to be beat by somebody who used AI to make their visual aids for them. AI has no place in these creative spaces. It's become rampant in areas that are meant to showcase the knowledge and creativity of human beings. It's replacing hard work simply because it's an easier option. To understand the importance of eliminating the use of generative AI in creative spaces, first we'll talk about the harmful effects of generative AI on the environment. Next, we'll go over the benefits of creating things yourself. And finally, we'll discuss how we can prevent AI from replacing human art. Generative artificial intelligence may seem harmless on a surface level, but you'll find when diving deeper, it has the potential to do more harm than good. I'm sure this isn't the first speech you've heard on AI, and it probably won't be the last. First, we'll talk about the harmful effects generative AI has on the environment. We're all familiar with the fact that ChatGPT is destroying our ability to think and learn, but many don't understand how it and other generative AI programs like it are destroying the earth. In order for AI to exist, it has to be run by data centers. According to the Environmental and Energy Study Institute, large data centers can consume up to 5 million liters of water a day, which is the equivalent water use of a town with a population of up to 50,000 people. We feed AI with our water, and in return, it produces damaging waste that can include mercury and lead. The United Nations Environment Program states that generative AI could account for up to 5 million metric tons of e-waste by 2030. E-waste is any electronic or electrical equipment that's been thrown away and is dangerous due to the toxic materials that actually seep out of the metals when buried. These materials accumulate in soil, air, water, and living things, and can cause harmful health issues like cancer, neurological damage, miscarriages, and lower use. AI takes, and it takes, and it takes. In fact, according to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, by the end of 2026, data centers will be the number 5 consumer electricity in the world, between Japan and Russia. Every step of AI's life pollutes our planet, from its materials being mined in environmentally destructive ways, to its overconsumption of energy and water, until it's finally discarded and leaves behind a footprint of toxic e-waste. Typing a question into ChatGPT or using Google AI for a homework question may not seem like a big deal, but it's contributing to the destruction of our planet one prompt at a time. Secondly, there are incredible benefits to creating things yourself without the assistance of AI. According to the Art of Education in a 2019 article, making art can help improve academic performance, decision-making, perseverance, and accountability. Taking the time to sit down and create something yourself, no matter your level of skill, is going to improve your mental health and well-being. A Drexel University study found that simply creating anything can reduce stress levels no matter your skill level, whether you're an incredibly talented artist or a stick figure amateur. When you have ChatGPT generate an image for you instead of sketching it yourself, you cheat yourself out of all the possible benefits. It doesn't matter if you're a born artist or not, the simple act of creating is beneficial, even if your Mona Lisa looks like a preschooler drew it. Too many people also utilize generative AI to write for them. Using AI as a crutch to help you improve is a slippery slope that leads to shortcuts and cheating. This is an increasing problem in schools. Dr. Bernadette Stockwell of the University of Massachusetts states, "It's one thing to fake it until you make it, but you'll never be an outstanding writer if you don't write, period. If you continue to pretend you're childish without the precious naivety of being a child." Having AI write a story for you is the equivalent of microwaving a cheap TV dinner and telling people it's something I spent hours at the stove to make. It's not hard to tell I simply put it in the microwave, just like it's not hard for somebody to put your story into AI checkers and completely destroy your credibility. When we choose to create things ourselves, we reap the benefits that are nowhere to be found through the use of generative AI. Finally, let's address the solutions to easily avoid the use of AI. To help conserve energy and water, don't use generative AI at all. After grocery lists, meal planning, synonyms, or writing assignments. The less often the servers are being used, the less we have to cool them, thus saving energy and resources. When we're finished with the old servers, we can then recycle the parts to prevent the expulsion of e-waste. Simply not using AI will really alleviate the ecological damage it's doing, and we can instead use our own brain and our own creativity to write our own stories and make our own art. Associations should also enforce rules against AI in creative spaces so we can keep these areas free from the contamination of AI. For the people who can't draw, there are solutions that don't involve ChatGPT generating an image for you. You can support small artists by commissioning them for small amounts of money, and if you don't want to pay for art, there are websites like PicCrew, where you can take templates made by artists and create your own characters and pictures for free. The Nebraska Schools Activities Association states that it's against speech rules to perform a speech that isn't your original writing, but there is no specific policy to check if it's original work. We expect our judges to be able to tell, and that's unrealistic. It takes roughly 30 seconds to run a speech through an AI detector, which is a lot to go through every time, but it's something we could really benefit from at competitions like conference and districts. We should also encourage coaches to focus on ethical creation and inspire their students to construct unique visual aids and write incredible speeches. Letting kids use AI as a crutch isn't benefiting them, and they know that, so why do they let it continue? The use of AI is a topic that's quickly becoming overdone, but I chose it for a reason. This activity means a lot to me, as I'm sure it does to some of you too. As I've continued to compete in speech, I've watched AI slowly seep its way further into everything. From AI visual aids to the use of AI to help write speeches, I wonder if eventually there will be more AI than creativity here. And that scares me. To understand why it's important that we keep AI out of creative spaces, first we went over the harmful effects of generative AI on the environment, then we talked about the benefits of creating things ourselves, and finally we discussed solutions to help keep AI out of creative spaces. This speech isn't meant to target people. It's a plea to preserve the activity that's important to me and all of us. So please, help me keep speech a human-produced activity.
Next, we have Alex with his humorous.
Oh, man, I forgot that was there. God dang it.
I would ask ChatGPT to tell
I don't
me,
care.
but
It's the last time I'm doing this humorous anyway, so I don't care. Just make sure. I don't care. I just.
he just gets together all the time.
I do.
So he does his speech.
So this is Humorous Pros. The pretty much fact is to make everybody laugh and make your judges laugh so you can get first. And this is Emily's last year's humorous speech, so. You're going to end up stealing saxophones from homeless people. My mother said this to me when I was 3. I cried. I didn't even know what a saxophone was, and I cried. It didn't take me knowing what a saxophone was to know that this was a terrible thing. I know what my mother would say. My mother, who in her mind is never wrong, would say that by the time you're 3, you're done developing. You are, or you're going to be at 3. So my mother looked at me, tug, stop, and then projected a few years into my future. But she didn't have to say it. What happens if she had it all wrong? And then why don't I start stealing saxophones from homeless people? I just had it planted in my head. It could be worse. The woman down the street yells at her kid all the time. You'll grow up to be a murdering psychotic who guts our family in our sleep with a butter knife and a pair of knitting needles. She was wrong about the knitting needles. According to the American Addiction Center, 48.5 million Americans suffer from an addiction of some kind. Our main character is a part of the 48.5 million. He suffers from an addiction to stealing saxophones from homeless people, but he hasn't always been this way. One stray comment from his mother leads him on a path of no return. Stealing Saxophones from Homeless People by Jonathan North. My father was no help. He'd only show up in moments. Highlights: when I first walked, he left. He was a week late. But when I first talked, he left work early to go sit in his car. You're going to end up stealing saxophones from homeless people. He was staying right there for that one. Does he say, no he won't? Or, honey, you're wrong. I'd settle for it. You can't know that for sure. But no, he just stands there, absent. And I'm 3 and my mother has just changed my world. If he had said something, anything, this would have never started. But he didn't, and it did. When I was 5, not with a saxophone, not with a homeless guy huddled on the street with a saxophone at his feet. It never starts that way. It always starts with something small that seems harmless. I read about addiction. I read up on it. I used to go to these meetings, but the closest Kleptomaniacs Anonymous chapter is 300 miles away. I went to AA once when I was 12. Not my problem, but I figured they understand. When I got there, I get all these looks, these really heartbroken looks. Looks that say, oh, how tragic, he's 12, or that poor kid. There's lots of poor kid looks. 3 women and 1 man burst into tears as soon as they see me. One of them has to be carried out because she just keeps screaming, we've lost our children! I try to tell her I'm not an alcoholic, but she just keeps screaming, nothing matters anymore. We've lost our children! We should all get drunk and die. As soon as I get her out, the meeting starts. I sit there for about an hour or so to listen to all these people stand up and talk. Hello, my name's Burry. I'm an alcoholic. And then it's Murray and Shawnee and Lonnie and Tommy. And then I realize I don't fit. All these people are alcoholics and have names that end in a long E sound. Blake doesn't do that at all. Maybe these aren't real names. Maybe I have to come up with one that fits. And then it's my turn. Hello, my name's Blakey. Some people just say Blakey and some people just say Blake. And then it's all out of sync. My name's Blakey and I steal saxophones from homeless people. And this woman who was crying uncontrollably earlier says, so your drinking problem? It makes you steal saxophones from homeless people? No. So your drinking problem? I don't have a drinking problem. Then there is this silence. 3 women and 1 man start to say something, but nothing comes out. Before they can tell me I'm going to end up an alcoholic, I run out of the meeting. Stealing saxophones is bad enough. It started with a flute. I see it on the bench. It's almost brand new. Just a little chip in the paint. Aren't we all a little chip somewhere? But as I stand there, I look, it's brand new. Almost perfectly like flute. Someone's left it there. Someone's left it there to be abandoned. So I pick it up and I walk away. I feel good. Like I was meant to find this flute. Why else would it be sitting there all along waiting for me? Now I'm 7. I'm a rescue worker for lost toys. No toy is too hard, nor too dangerous. In fact, the harder, more dangerous, the better. If a toy gets put down for even a second, I'm doing good deeds all over my neighborhood. Well, that's what I tell myself. Just after my 10th birthday party, I see this woman. I smell her before I see her. She's had an accident in her pants, but there, at her feet, The saxophone, it's shiny. With one bit of polish, it will be shiny. But then I hear the words of my mother in my head. Walk away, Blake. Just walk away now. Soon, you'll be too old for toys, and you'll grow up to be perfectly normal. But as I stand there, there's these two strings, one brown and one kind of a greenish yellow. They're rushing towards the saxophone. I have to save it before it gets ruined. I lunge for the saxophone, reaching it just before the two strings merge. But what now? I can't just leave it here. What happens if the sleeping giant turns her head on and unloads again? I have to take it. I have to take it to keep it safe. It starts with keeping it safe. Then they don't appreciate it. Then they don't appreciate it because I deserve it. And then I hit rock bottom. I need it. I need it and they won't even miss it. Saxophone after saxophone. You'd be surprised how many homeless people have them. I've tried everything to stop. Listening to bad jazz, jabbing my finger with a pen while looking at pictures of saxophones. Even picking a fight with the toughest little kid at school every single time I steal a new one. Nothing works. I get this twitch, and I know it's starting again. People assume I'm on drugs. When I tell them I'm not, they hurry away. People look smug. My mother looks smug, but she won't be smug anymore. I'm going cold turkey. No one tells me how my story ends, but me. I'm not gonna end up stealing saxophones from homeless people. But if there's someone out there, I've got this hand. If you could just help me with this one. Someone. Anyone. Help! Yeah, Tucker.
Yeah, this is Tucker Cook with his entertainment about cuddles.
Like I stopped it. I already did that one. Yeah. Beware people. So I brought a chair in for you, Tucker, and you not my word. I can read it. Huh? Tucker.
You're stealing
Oh,
from
you
my
might want one.
You can't have nice things.
Alright, so basically I do entertainment and you can write a speech that's up to 8 minutes and 30 seconds long. And yeah, they tend to be funny. I mean, that's what I'm trying to go for here, but you tell me if I do it alright. Guys.
You need me to stand back there.
Actually,
That's perfect.
Oh, okay. I saw you were gonna take it on that.
I'm not gonna take
I was
it.
like, okay.
All right, fair warning, you guys will be uncomfortable. I hope. All right. Before I begin, I want you to imagine me slowly wrapping my arms around you. Yes, you specifically. Don't look away. This is happening. You're warm. I'm warm. Our breathing syncs up, and suddenly, boom! We're in a cuddle. You didn't consent to this thought, but here we are. And that, my friends, is the raw, undeniable power of cuddles. It's not as easy as it seems, but don't fret. After this, you'll be a fantastic little bedbug. First, we'll squeeze out the struggle of snuggles. Then, we'll pin down the unreachables. Don't worry, no one escapes a hug. And finally, we'll end on a high note by swarming you with some of my favorite cuddle bugs. Catching the cuddle bug may not be as natural for everyone else as it is for me. But if you sit still and squeeze tight, you'll be snuggling up in no time. Now, why did I just assault your personal space? Because of science. When we cuddle, our bodies release oxytocin, also known as the cuddle hormone. It's the body's natural way of saying, hey, you're not a threat. I won't bite you. Unless you're into that sort of thing. Well, let's talk about the real impact. The thermal regulation struggle. Cuddling isn't just a hug. It's a high-stakes game of Tetris played with human limbs. You have the big spoon, who's essentially a space heater, and the little spoon, who's usually essentially a block of ice. The impact of a cuddle is realizing that within 4 minutes, someone's arm is going to fall asleep. It's a medical mystery. Your arm enters a different dimension, and you want to move it, but you can't, because that would break the cuddle contract. So you just lie there, boosting circulation, thinking, this is how I go out. This is my legacy. And let's not forget the hair hazard. If you're a person with long hair, you're basically a walking net. Within seconds, your partner is inhaling 3 inches of your shampoo bottle. They're gagging, you're trapped, and suddenly a romantic moment becomes a survival drill from Fear Factor. Then there's the breath management crisis. You want to be close, but you also don't want to blow 98-degree carbon dioxide directly into their eyeball. You're tilting your head at angles that would baffle a chiropractor, trying to breathe towards the nightstand like a secret agent, all while pretending to drift off peacefully. Next, you have to acknowledge the survivors. People who have never cuddled. You know who they are. They have that "don't touch me" aura. They greet people with a firm, vibrating handshake from 3 feet away. For these people, cuddle isn't a warm embrace. It's a hostage situation. Imagine trying to cuddle a cactus. That's what it's like for someone with a high personal bubble index. If you try to hug them, they do the iron board, where their body turns into a sheet of steel, and they pat your back like they're trying to burp a very large, very annoying. You need to respect the uncut. They aren't cold, they're just aerodynamically isolated. They're the ones who will survive the apocalypse because they don't need body heat. They run on pure, unadulterated boundaries. Ugh. If you really want to understand the uncuddled, don't think of them as antisocial. Think of them as being protected by an invisible, laser-grade security system. If you cross this line, the sirens go off in their head. They don't want a warm fuzzy. They want you to stay on the other side of the velvet rope. If you really want to show them affection, don't try to break down their walls. Just step outside the perimeter, throw them a crisp peace sign, and let them enjoy their 360 degrees of pristine, untouched oxygen. To them, that's the ultimate grand romantic gesture. To them, a group hug is a felony. If you ever see an iron board person getting hugged, look at their eyes. They aren't enjoying the moment.
They're calculating their nearest exit, wondering if they can use their keys as a defense weapon. They don't have love languages. They have terms of service agreements. Finally, let's address our professional cuddle bugs. Sometimes you don't have a human victim. I mean, partner available. That's where the special hardware comes in. I'd like to introduce you to my inner circle. Don't be shy. They've been watching you this whole time. First, meet Barnaby. He's a red teddy bear. Barnaby's the color of a fresh crime scene and has one eye hanging lower than the other. So he's always judging you for your life choices. Now I want you to imagine Barnaby sitting on your chest at 3 a.m. just staring. He doesn't need to breathe, which makes him the perfect silent, suffocating, cuddle king. He doesn't care about your arm falling asleep. He wants your arm to fall asleep. It's part of the ritual. Next, we have Pippin. Pippin's a monkey with Velcro hands. Pippin's also a stage 5 clinger of the stuffed world. If Pippin finds his way into your bed, he'll also find a way to wrap those Velcro arms around your neck like a fuzzy synthetic noose. He's the ultimate backpack with a heartbeat, except his heartbeat's actually the sound of your own pulse thudding in your ears as you realize you can't unstick him from your pajamas. And lastly, my favorite, General Grump. He's a wicked gorilla. The General doesn't just cuddle you, he occupies you. Sleeping with the General is like sleeping under a very soft, very hairy fallen tree. He provides the deep pressure therapy of the medieval torture device. When you're under the General, you aren't drifting off. You're pinned to the mattress, praying for a search and rescue team to find you before the morning. What's that, General Grump? You want to cuddle? Quit looking! Alright, I can't fake this anymore. After all this talk about cuddle contracts, spoon hierarchies, and suffocating random General Grump, here's the truth. I don't cuddle. Not professionally, not recreationally, not even at all. This speech, a desperate last-ditch campaign for connection. Because while some people some people collect throw pillows, I collect hypothetical affection. And along the way, we squeezed out the struggles of snuggles, pinned down the unreachables, and met our elite squad of professional cuddle bugs that pick up the slack. But maybe that's kind of the point. You see, we all want connection in some form. To be seen, to be chosen, to not feel alone in our own skin. So if you take anything away, let it be this. It's okay to laugh at the awkwardness. Respect the boundaries, and admit when you want to feel a little less like a lone Wi-Fi signal searching for a network. Thank you, and if anyone needs me, I'll be in the back of the room accepting emotional support hugs.
You a little uncomfortable?
Hey, Theo, are you good?
Okay. He was enjoying the moment.
Hey, can you give me my bro?
I bet.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay, perfect. Well, my 10% didn't really care because I'm not doing it anymore. Y'all, I'm back.
No. I had caught and I was really bad. I'm really kidding. I should have drank some real water. It was rough. Thank you, guys.
Are you okay? Do you need help? Huh?
Alex, I
I
can't.
was here to watch. Why?
Eye contact. Did you know, like, it caught me off guard because I was fighting with my leg. You made your right try.
Oh yeah, no. Like I didn't do it as much, but like usually I'm not here. The sound is in.
Wonder if you noticed that I was thick.
Yeah, you were giggling. I saw that.
Okay.
How'd you like that, Anna?
Okay. Michael, don't leave me here.
No, I can hear you go.
Well, you'll never look at me the same.
Oh, that was
Because.
Because-
The funny thing is, what if Carly
You can if you want to.
She did so much.
I'm glad you did. That would've been.
It's serious pros.
That would've been. I'm glad you
Good job, thank you.
Yeah, nobody listens.
It's okay, I got you. So what Kate was trying to say.
Alex again.
Because he's a triple threat.
Alex is a triple threat.
Yes.
So now this is serious prose. It's a little bit more darker. Not a little bit, actually, not more darker. You get 10 minutes to do a speech on kind of whatever you choose. It's a random thing. You get to choose your script, just like yours. So,
As long as it's sad.
or
Or
scary.
scary. It can't make you happy.
Can't make it.
Wait,
Lucy was sweet as an angel. She always saw the good in everybody, even our father. When I was 4, our mother left us, and he drank. And when he drank, he got angry and threatening to kill us, but he never touched Lucy. But sometimes he would slap me. When he was sober, he could be civil. Everyone thought he was this nice man raising these poor little motherless kids. In some ways, that was true. When I was little, I used to climb up on his knee, he'd bounce me and tickle me under my chin. And then the next night, he'd be all hate again. But he always apologized. Cross my heart, hope to die. Stick a needle in my eye. These are all binding contracts as children we all intended to keep. But a silly saying that rolled off our tongue like nothing. But in this story, a broken promise can lead to something much, much darker. The Last Promise by Mia Carr. But he always apologized. I'm sorry, sweetie. Go get you and your sister and we'll go get some ice cream. This will be the last time. I promise. And just like that, me and my sister would forgive our father, even though we both knew that this promise was a lie. And then one day, I stopped liking ice cream. I don't know what it was. I just could not see Dad the nice man and not see Dad the monster. Dad the nice man showed himself less and less. I looked down at Lucy's fingers. So perfect, even in them. She was so perfect. She never stopped forgiving our father, even when there was more and more to forget. She never stopped saying, I love you, even though he wouldn't say it back. I was telling her that she was stupid, that she should just give up. But she would look up at me with her brown eyes and a smile, a broken smile I'll never, ever see again. I have had enough hatred for my father, for the both of us. When I was filling out my English form for my teacher at the beginning of the year, he said, list your strengths. All I could think of was hating. Well, I couldn't put down hating, so I said hiding. I was good at hiding. Right here in this very spot, holding my dead sister's hand. It's deep in the woods behind our house. I found it after my father was in a particularly off the rage one night. I was just so upset. I ran, gasping and crying for air until I couldn't cry anymore. And I left Lucy alone. I felt bad, I did, but she was so strong and so brave. She should have been the older one. She was so smart, too. One day she came home with a letter from her middle school announcing that she's won some awards and that there was going to be a banquet at the end of the year. I never seen her so proud. What is this? My father grabbed it from her hand and Lucy shyly explained that she's won some awards and asking if you'd come. I'm coming. I promise. Me and my sister gasped in shock. He hasn't spoken so affectionately for as long as I can remember. When we got there, it was a really fancy affair, with nice tablecloths and everything. And me and Lucy sat down and waited for our father. And waited. And waited. And when Lucy went up there to go accept her award, he wasn't there. When we got home, he was passed out out on the kitchen table with a beer in his hand. I tried to pull Lucy up to her room, but she just ran over there, questioning why he wasn't there. And then he hit her. It was alright to hit hateful, angry me. But Lucy, he never laid a finger on her, and it destroyed her. I held her in my arms and she cried, and in this moment, I finally felt like the older sibling for once. And that's when I made my decision. We're leaving. We're leaving tonight. She didn't want to go at first, understandably. So I convinced her that everything was going to be all right, that I was leading us towards a better life. Not death. We snuck out to the secret spot in the woods with all the non-perishable foods I gathered. Water jugs, pocket knife, and this day I went a little away from our makeshift campsite to go use the bathroom. And then I heard a scream. I ran back to see Lucy grabbing her arm. A bee sting. She's been stung by a bee before, but this time she's on the ground fighting for air. What do I do? I whipped out my phone. No battery. Oh crap, what have I done? Lucy's fighting on the ground for air. What do I do? Nathan, don't go. Hold my hand. Promise. I promised Lucy, and I held her hand after she stopped beating, after her heart stopped beating. Why, God, oh why did I do something? Was it because of my stupid pride and hate? Did I not run the mile home to go get my father for reasons that didn't involve Lucy? I could have saved her, but she promised me enough to not run away. So I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna hold your hand, Lucy. I don't know what I'll do, but all I wanna say is I'm sorry. Nathan! My father's voice. Took him long enough to sober up and come looking for us, but I don't say anything. I don't want him or anybody to ever find us, because if they'll do, they'll pry her little fingers from my hand and they'll put her into a dress. Maybe the one she wore to at the ceremony. Or she'll be put into a casket where there'll be a funeral. And I'll hate my father so much more I might burn up and die. Or maybe I might become just like him. Maybe I already am. No, I am nothing like him. I do not break promises. You see me? I'm going to sit here, I'm going to hold your hand until I starve to death. But no, I can't die. Lucy's gone to heaven and I know I won't. So I'm going to sit here, I'm going to hold your hand. Lucy, honey, I don't know what I'll do, but I know one thing. He can find me, he can beat me and throw all the hate of the world at me and curse my name. But Lucy, honey, I promise I will never, ever let you go. Really tough for me when somebody's licking their lips for yeah, he was so cool. It's really good.
Some of it was practice for me. The rest of it was like just because I had
Yes, Maria Kelly.
I haven't seen this.
Amelia Callie, describe your event.
It's a duet. It's just acting, but with, yeah.
So pretty much you get a script and it has to be memorized. You do not get anything at your first speech meeting.
Sorry, she grabbed a bad chair.
Yeah, you should be sorry. Now I'm traumatized.
Nice of you to finally show up. And then my rice. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have to answer anything without my lawyer.
Is that so? Well, perhaps you can be the little assistance to me. You see, I'm investigating a death.
I didn't do it.
Didn't do what?
Murder, killing, whatever happened.
I never said you did.
What do you want with me?
Wait. How do you know it's a murder?
If you're investigating,
Yes.
then there must be mysterious circumstances
Must there?
for an investigation.
Where were you February 14, 2009?
I was in my mother's womb.
So you could have stolen the Australian diamond?
No, but my mother did.
So you were there!
This is just your typical TV show interrogation.
It's easy to get sucked into a TV drama. What if this were real life?
Would you squeal on your partner in crime?
Would you be able to get the confession?
Find out the criminal.
Or the cop comes out on top in Interrogation by David J. Lemester.
Yes. Otherwise, you wouldn't investigate. So,
And that's exactly why we called you in.
yeah, and I'm telling you, I didn't do it.
Have you seen any suspicious characters lately?
No.
Any bloody knives?
No.
Any dead bodies?
No.
Any smoking guns, bloodstained clothes?
Just what are you trying to say here?
Where were you Saturday night?
Saturday?
Yeah.
I don't know, I was out.
Just answer the question.
I went to see a movie.
Oh yeah? What movie?
Went to cinema. Downtown.
What was it about?
You know, that one about those guys?
You didn't see the movie. You were at the park.
I'm not saying anything else, but I see my lawyer.
You took a walk in the park that night, didn't you? And that's where you saw her. The pretty little blonde.
You've got nothing on me.
Confess now, we'll go easy on you.
I'd rather hang.
We can arrange that.
I know my rights.
Well, come on then. You saw the girl.
Yeah, maybe I did.
Then what'd you do?
Nothing.
Come on.
Oh, right. Call her over.
Just call her
That's right.
and nothing else.
No.
Did she come to you?
Yeah.
And what did she say?
She said, hey, got a light? Hey, got a light? That's right.
And did you?
Yeah, but that's all. I have anything to do with that. I swear it.
Right. So I just have one question.
Yes.
How come you think the girl is dead?
What do you mean?
I said I'm investigating a death. I never said it was the girl's death.
I thought.
So she's dead, isn't she?
But you.
It's written all over your face.
Give me my lawyer.
Where'd you put the body?
She asked for light and I gave her light. That's the whole thing, I swear.
So you didn't smoke a cigarette with her?
No.
Didn't sit in the park for half an hour like the witness says?
No. Wait, what witness?
You tell me.
There was no witness.
How do you know? Because you didn't see anybody? Or because you did?
Just what are you trying to say?
You tried to kill the witness, didn't you?
No, you're not putting this on me.
Followed the guy home to see where you lived? Then you came calling late that night after you were off the girl.
That's not true.
Before you killed her?
I didn't do that either.
Then who did?
I can't tell.
No, did it not you?
Honest, I can't tell. He'll hunt me down.
It's your choice.
Anywhere I go, he's ruthless.
Who is?
You've got to listen to me. Somebody else did. That's all I can tell you. Okay, understand?
What if I say we already have him?
You're lying.
Trust me.
I can't. You'll do anything to get your
All you have to do is point the finger and you walk.
Hell no.
Sure, he'll know, but he's here.
You're good.
You want an idea?
Sure.
Want me to bring him out in the lineup?
Yeah, that's good.
Act like there's another witness?
Sure. He can't see me, right?
No.
Yeah, do that. Bring him out of the lineup.
What if I bring you out in the lineup as well?
For what?
I don't know. Suppose I march you out in the lineup then. Let him take a good look at you.
What are you threatening me for? You know, he did it.
I think you did it.
He did it.
He who?
Him. You know?
Him who?
Him.
Him who?
Him. Barley Straight Barley's. He did it. Crap.
That wasn't so hard now, was it?
You gotta protect me.
Sure, we'll protect you.
Yeah, you'll give me a bodyguard.
You still have to ID him.
Sure.
See, that wasn't so hard. And you go free for squealing.
Right.
Except one thing.
Yes.
You never asked to see my badge.
A badge?
Yeah. Cop show badges.
You're not a cop?
No. He tried to stop me.
Who?
The cop. I could have taken his badge after I killed him. You know, to keep up the charade. But I knew you wouldn't ask.
I'll pay you.
Barley's pays me. Just tell me how much. I'll double it.
You're bluffing.
No, really. I got dough.
From where?
The bank hit a couple of weeks ago.
That was you?
Of course it's me. Did you think it was, Bartley?
You're bluffing.
So how much you want? Enough to skip town, right? Where Bartley's can't find you?
Plus some spending money.
I can handle it.
Really?
Yeah, sure. Anything else?
So how much you make off that bank hit?
A few K. Enough. Don't worry about it. So, why did you blame Bartley's for killing the girl? I thought you were a cop.
But you knew he'd hunt you down?
Not if I told a cop. The cops would give me a bodyguard.
Right. So you pin her up on him?
Yeah.
Make them think you're afraid of him?
That's right.
So you take him out of operation and go free for killing the girl, scot-free all nice and clean?
Pretty smart, right?
Yeah, actually. I guess all you gotta do now is pay me off.
So how much you want?
50 grand?
50! That's a lot.
Too rich for you?
I got 50.
How much you make off that hit?
Enough.
60 then.
No. 50's all I can do.
That right?
That's right.
You can just go hit another bank.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
Like you the first one. Real nice and smooth, right?
Smooth like a baby's butt.
Right, okay. Did you at least wear a mask?
Sure.
Shoot anyone?
Two. But I had to. They were gonna talk.
How do you know?
They had mouths.
Right. Right. So, how do I know you're good for that 50?
Let's take a walk outside.
And you got out there?
Yeah, I got it all there.
Do you have a gun?
I'm under arrest. How do you suppose I'd get a gun?
Right. So, you ready?
Ready to take a walk. Keep me on.
Sure. There's just one thing.
Yes.
You made one other mistake.
Another one.
Yeah. I lied. I really am a cop.
What? You.
See you from the judge, pal.
Hey, you can't do this to me. Hear me, cop? This whole thing was coerced. Do you hear me, cop? I was framed. Wait, you can't hear the thing.
Yes, I can. I mean, they can't. 2-8 mirror. Remember?
Well, what were you doing Saturday night?
What do you mean?
What were you doing Saturday night?
I went to see a movie. And scene. You're still arrested.
I decided to like slow grade. So I decided. Hey Carly, would you maybe go get back and grab a drink?
You got enough medals right here?
I feel like when I was there,
Like Tucker? Mine won't make you
I bet not.
I know, I see that.
No, entertainment is supposed to be funny. It's not true, okay? My dad's sitting there. He's not a bad dad. Come at him a lot. Not a bad dad, promise. Every parent has a favorite, no matter what lies they've told you. And chances are, since we're all here on a Tuesday night, either competitively giving or watching speeches, we're probably not it. I myself am well versed in being the disappointment. Just look at my credentials. None of these are mine. Now, don't feel sorry for me, because this is exactly what I want. I love being the disappointment, and I'm more than willing to tell you why. First, we'll touchdown into activities. Then, we'll score up my parents' lowered expectations for me. And finally, we'll lock up the differences between the way my brother and I are punished. I'm sure that by the end, you'll be glad to wear that family disappointment badge with honor. First, let's touchdown into activities. My brother and I are involved in a plethora of extracurriculars. Mason plays football, wrestles on varsity as a freshman, plays trumpet in the band, and is on student council for the 4th year in a row. You know, all the cool stuff. Now, you may not think band is cool, but did you know that Terry Crews was in his band? So cool. My brother is a total jock. Like Terry Crews, but with a shirt on. Nobody wants to see that. He devotes his entire being to the sports he's in. Well, I'm just here for the fun. I participate in the less cool activities, like play production, quiz bowl, choir, and speech, obviously. These activities don't interest my parents very much, especially my dad. Yes, contrary to popular belief, I do indeed have a father. You've just never seen him because he hasn't been to a single speech meet in now 4 years, maybe. He doesn't want to see the same speech multiple times, but he'll watch Mason wrestle the same 4 moves. And honestly, after seeing him criticize those same 4 moves, I am more than okay with him not being. I mean, I don't have the pressure of speaking in front of a group of people, but at least you guys are strangers. I can totally bomb this, and no one will ever have to know. Well, except maybe my coaches, but they should also be used to disappointment from me by now. My dad doesn't get my activities. He knows how to play football and wrestle, but never bothers to learn how my extracurriculars work. At my one robotics meet he went to, he kept asking me why the robots don't fight. Like in Big Hero 6. What's worse is he may not understand the activity, but that will not stop his constructive criticism. Between you and me, I don't want to listen to him tell me how bad my speech was the entire ride home when he can't even string together a cohesive sentence about his feelings. No, I'm more than willing to let Mason take all that advice for himself. Next, let's score up my parents' lowered expectations for me. My brother Mason is a straight A student, with his lowest grade this last semester being a 98% in algebra and his highest being a 107% in band. Freaking nerd! My brother's grades are extremely important to my dad. If I'm passing with C's, then my dad's satisfied. But you don't want to be home when he finds out Mason has a B. You think my brother had just dyed his hair by pink and gotten a face tattoo. Mason has no choice but to get a lace. Unless he wants to be locked in the basement, there's only the once every 2 weeks. Disclaimer, this allegation is meant for entertainment purposes only and is no way meant to be taken seriously. My brother has adequate living conditions and is fed regularly. He's not being abused. Mason may get the praise for being teenage Jimmy Neutron, but I don't have to live in constant fear that my grade is going to drop to a B+. You know what else I never have to worry about? Cleaning my room. My room is a complete pigsty, pretty much year-round. Are my parents tired of it? Absolutely. Are they going to be on me as much as my brother for it? Of course not. They know me better than that. It's not that I'm a bad kid. I just like my free time and would prefer not to spend it cleaning my foul hovel. I like to sit at home completely unbothered while my dad and brother go out to do some sort of activity together. They really bond over things like hunting and fishing. I used to do all that stuff with my dad too. Until my brother got old enough, and I got benched. So, now old Mason's getting yelled at for not taking a good shot. I'm sitting at home attempting to entertain myself by trying to ski on a moon! Finally, let's lock up the differences between the way my brother and I are punished. Now you may think that because Mason's the favorite, he gets punished less than I. But you would be very wrong. Since his expectations are higher, his punishments are more severe. For example, a few months back, I may have lied and said I was at an FCCLA meeting, but in reality, I was in my friend's backyard, trying to launch his little sister off their trampoline. I know, I shouldn't have done that, and that was reinforced by me having to stand on the front lawn while my dad screamed at me in front of the whole neighborhood about things like trust, responsibility, or whatever. But all I got was grounded. The other night, I forgot to do the dishes and the laundry like my mom had asked. So my dad was again lecturing me about things like responsibility, doing what I'm told. And he said, if Mason had done that, what do you think would have happened? So even he swears he punishes my brother more harshly than he does me. After this talk, he grounded me for a week. Because this may or may not have been the first time that's happened. But the punishment didn't bother me because my dad forgets about my punishments almost immediately. If I'm grounded for a month, it usually ends up only being an hour. It's to the point where I expect it. So imagine my lack of surprise when only a couple hours later, he had forgotten about said grounding. This works out great for me now. But how does he expect me to learn anything in the long run? I mean, the law isn't gonna forget about my felony tax evasion because they're too busy arresting Mason for jaywalking. I mean, come on! How come Mason gets to learn and grow as a person and I don't? Despite my lack of support and attention, I get along great. In fact, I'm living my best life. Minding my own business, doing what I want, and loving every second of it. First, we touched down into activities. Then, we scored up my parents' lowered expectations for me. And finally, we locked up the differences between the way my brother and I are punished. In all honesty, I do love my parents. And they love me most of the time. I'm confident that I've shown you why being the disappointment child is the best. And if for some reason this speech made you feel sorry for me instead, you can tell Bambi that this one was your favorite. Because my parents don't love me enough. We're done.
We're done. Everybody.
Charlie, can I take you out for ice cream?
Burn it. Kidding. Oh, that's recording still, isn't it? It's live. Oh, I just said burn it.
I was so close to like.
Oh, I'm shaking it.
I was right there.
Oh, I just Charlie was but it's recording now.
I saw you.
He did pretty good. There's some center attitude.
He didn't stick around. And we're like really banging on the door.
Yeah. Why don't I stop?
You want to get out. You want to
No, some others don't like it.
But like that was the old one that I preferred.
But that's a good
It's like I didn't have it down far enough.
So like, bang on the
But like,
door. You ordered
the
that.
fancy, that was his problem. No, they and I do too, and Callie does 4, and I'm just sitting there like, but,
Oh, thanks. So bye guys. Good job today.
I listened to her, saxophones.
You should ask your parents if
Okay,
you
right,
want.
at the,
I have to stay and help clean up the dust and take her home.
okay.
And then you're gonna go get ice cream.
I wish every room was like that. I wish every room was like that.
No, Emily, it was you going like Can I go
Your
ask
dog
them?
is
Yeah.
Hey, can I like see?
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, that is
No
correct.
problem, Tucker. I did really
God,
good.
they don't disappoint. Oh, I know. Ellie!
I would. Oh my god. I feel like my serious.
Carly, it's not you can just ask them. I couldn't catch them. I'm sure you will. Go get it. Go get it, Tiger. Go get it.
Partly you will be right.
I'm sorry, Alex. Nelson.
She's such a disappointment. I'm joking, we love you, Carly. But no, I feel like my poetry.
It was so good. I was like, the dad one. I was like, I've read it and I've actually cried reading it for the first time. Like I cried because like I grew up with that, you know.
And it felt so awkward with a lot of people having their dads in the room. And I'm like, so I don't have a father.
I had to kick Emily under the table because she like started giggling because you were right up in her face.
Oh yeah, I know. I do that to my judge all the time. I'm like, Black River was on the center of each
For that
page.
whole.
Crazy, yeah.
Like,
And one of my judges I like said, you have a hunchback. I'm like, that's literally my character. Just say you hate me.
Hunchback. That's rude.
and then like
Is that Tucker's?
Yeah, no.
4 years after I was born, he showed up and said, "Hey, father."
Well, maybe you should have
like,
not forgotten your face.
Shut up.
Mom!
Shut up.
Allie! Silence from you.
It's okay, John.
Do we need to take the iPad down then?
Yes.
And so I guess I kind of just like grew into it. And then we went to the
I don't know. Did you catch my face?
yes,